Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Terri, or Theresia, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about studying in Germany. Everything about the application process, tuition fees, and student life, you know, things you can do. So if you're interested, then please keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my new videos. Yeah, let's get into the video. Now, there's a lot of speculation about whether studying in Germany is free or not, as in other European countries. I've seen so many articles on Facebook that my friends have tagged me and asking me, is it true? And according to the Deutsche Studentenwerk, as of October 2014, there is no state in Germany with general tuition fees for bachelor programs as well as master programs. However, for the master programs it gets a little complicated depending on what you want to study and whether you want to study at a state university or at a private university. So you have to consider these things before, you know, moving forward. I just have to say that studying is not free in that sense, like you generally don't have to pay a cent, but the fees that you do have to pay are considered contributions and they're really low compared to other countries. When you enroll, there are two fees that you have to pay and they're both around 50 euros, and this again is in the context of Munich, and I'm studying at the LMU. I'm not sure how it would be at the TU or other universities, you know, spread across even Bavaria or in other cities. The winter semester and the summer semester, the fees are a bit different. So one is like 118 and then the other one is like 100 and I don't know, 20 something maybe. I'll put them around me somewhere. And before you start each new semester again, you have to do the Rückmeldung, which means that you apply again or let them know that you want to continue with your studies. Otherwise, you're going to be exmatrikuliert, so you're going to be kicked out because they're going to see you as not wanting to continue. For the summer semester, you have to pay that fee by February 15th, and for the winter semester, you have to pay that fee by July 15th. So sometimes it's like, crap, is that already? Because the semester's still going on and you're like, I have to pay the fee. But yeah, as I said, 50 euros pretty much, and those go to administrative fees, Verwaltung, as well as the semester ticket, which means that you can use the entire transportation system in Munich at a reduced price for the duration of the semester, which is 6 months. Yeah, so instead of spending 60 plus euros a month on train tickets that will allow you to also use the bus and tram, but only like 3 rings, you only pay like 189 for 6 months, and it's unlimited, meaning that you can travel any time of the day, anytime at night,
in the whole network, which is amazing.
But the only little funny thing about LMU is that you don't have an actual semester ticket by itself. You have to go to one little kiosk, show your ID and say that you're like Isa-Card semester ticket. In addition to that, when they do the controls in the U-Bahn or the tram or wherever, you have to show them your ID, the ticket itself, and your Studienausweis. So it's like 3 documents, junk, here you go. Some people have it really down and they have like one compact thing where they just like boom, present it, but I'm not quite that advanced, so I have the 3 things and I'm like, oh, one moment, flipping it out, here you go. But yeah, so that's all I can say about fees right now. And once your payment has been received, they will send you your student ID in the mail, and you get like a few Immatrikulationsbescheinigungen because you may need that for your health insurance, for your telephone companies. And the thing about your student ID is that it allows you to get reduced fees when you go to the cinema, when you go to different concerts or shows, or even if you buy food in certain restaurants or cafes. So those are like some of the little perks in addition to the already reduced ticket fee. And I read online that the cost of studying in Germany for most students ranges between 500 to 800 a month, and that goes for transportation, eating out, just general bills, and like, you know, accommodation. But obviously it varies from person to person what type of lifestyle you wish to pursue, you wish to live. Most people here tend to live in Wohngemeinschaften, so WG, which literally means that you know, live in an apartment with, you know, maybe 2 or 3 other people. Most likely they're students as well, and you can find those online. I'll have a few links in the description below, like some sites that you can use to find accommodation. And as it relates to working while you're studying, as a student you're actually only allowed to work 20 hours a week, but of course there's some people who bend the rules, who tend to work a bit more sometimes. And if you work like 20 hours a week, that kind of equates to a mini job, which is based on 450 euros a month, as opposed to working full-time or part-time. It's like it's like the third option. Full-time, part-time, and then you have the last one, mini job, and that's what a lot of students tend to do. So you have to take that into consideration when you are trying to, you know, get an apartment, because renting in Munich is through the roof. It's like honestly ridiculous in terms of the prices. By coincidence, I found a Mietplan, I think, of like different areas in Munich and how much you could pay in rent in those different areas, and it's actually like shown as if it were the U-Bahn, the subway map. It's just crazy. I hope I don't deter you from studying in Munich or in Germany, because there's actually BAföG, which is financial aid basically, and you can get up to like 10,000 depending on your situation, and then you only have to pay it back once you're set up. And there are also a lot of people who do live Stadtrand, who live like on the outskirts of the actual city itself, so that they don't have to pay these skyrocketing prices, because they keep going up as well. So yeah, that's a bit depressing, but it's not impossible. It is not impossible. So just do your research, and a lot of these websites for the universities have a lot of information as it relates to coming from abroad. So for international students, how you can best get settled and different things that you can do once you're here. So yeah, if you're coming from abroad to study, which I'm sure you are, because otherwise you would be watching this video, especially in English. Once you know maybe what course you'd like to pursue or what city you'd like to live in and study, find the universities that are best suited for you. Go onto their websites and investigate and see maybe what options may be available for you. And if the information that they have available online is not really applicable or relevant to you and your specific case, then I would definitely advise you to contact one of the different reference people they have for the different departments or different areas. A lot of them tend to be very helpful when it comes to your first questions, like how do I get started, what do I need to do. A lot of them reply and in detail, so I think that can be very helpful. There are also a lot of videos on YouTube, different channels that talk about studying in Germany, which can also be very beneficial. There's one, Student AD something, I think. I'm gonna put it in the description below, and they have really helpful videos. Literally their channel is almost dedicated to studying in Germany. So different aspects: how do you get settled, how do you go shopping, how do you meet people, how do you speak, how do you learn German, all centered around international students coming to Germany for higher education. And as it really relates to applying to school here, you can do the online application, pick exactly what course of study you'd like to pursue, complete the online application, send it in, and then following that there will be like personal application days, or like where you have to physically go in, walk with your online application and the confirmation email that you would have received, and you sit down. They kind of work you through it. This was in my case. I don't know how other universities do it, and they go through your information with you. You have your ID, and before you know it, it's like, okay, well, thank you very much, and you get your little mappe. You get a little folder with all your information, all the little infos about the university, and it's like, wow, you're kind of in already. And the cool thing about that is that they break those days up by your last name. So if your last name starts with R, for example, you will be like further down, like maybe on the 4th or 5th day of registration, as opposed to coming on the day with the A names and then having to wait forever, because obviously, yeah. So they just do that as a means of cutting waiting time, so that there's no wasted time. Efficient Germany again. And then the application online is anyway broken up into, if you're a German citizen, if you're an EU citizen, if you're non-EU, or if you're coming as an exchange student as opposed to a full-time international student. So then once you sort through that and you figure out exactly what documents you need, I'm going to put a little insert here of what LMU says you need to be able to apply. But when I did come, I did initially go to the international office because I had international documents. All of my certificates and stuff from school was from Trinidad and Tobago. So when I came, it was like, this is not Abitur. So I had to go to the Zeugnisanerkennungsstelle to get my stuff anerkannt, which basically just means I had to get it like authenticated. They had to assess it to see like what grade it would have been if I did the German Abitur, because I did A-levels. So yeah, and then you have a document, and just to make sure your documents are all in order and that you're eligible to study. But yeah, I think they have a lot of information for that online as well. I will put all the relevant links in the description box below. If you have any more questions, if there's anything that I missed out in this video, then please comment below. As it relates to student life, it's really laid back, especially in Munich. It's not like on campus living and that American idea of college. No. Most people just come in the morning for class, hang around, go to the library, go to a cafe, study, finish their assignments, hang out with friends, and like go back home. And most people who are studying at LMU are from Munich. So the majority of people that you will be studying at, maybe if you come to Munich, are from Munich. There are a lot of people who come from neighboring towns or regions, even like Baden-Württemberg or wherever else. It's a very local kind of feel. So most people do either live with their parents at home or have moved out with some of the friends, as I mentioned before. And lastly, like this is just a LMU thing, when you come up the escalator from the U-Bahn, there are always people there with flyers ready to hand out and give you for this party tonight, ladies free before 10. There's always something going on, especially for students, and where the LMU, the main building and stuff like that. The actual U-Bahn stop is called Universität. Around there, there's so many different cafes and restaurants that also have like very, very affordable options, because obviously it's a student area. So even if you're just coming as a tourist to Munich, I would definitely suggest wandering around there. It's going to be part of the Munich guide series, so subscribe if you'd like to see those videos. Yeah, and they have really, really amazing options. Sometimes I'm like, I don't even know this area, I didn't even know this cafe, because to me there's just so much, and like most times I just go to school and then come back home, as opposed to like truly wandering out, because yeah, there's a lot to discover in Munich, and I think as a student you get the full experience in a sense. Yeah, I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful for you. If you have any other questions, please be sure to leave me a comment or DM message me on Instagram. I'll have that down below. Follow me so you can see, like my personal adventures as well. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!